Let's have a little conversation about Kanye and his evolution, for lack of a better word. So he went from rapper to then now he is doing church services. In between, he had what they called a mental breakdown, and he was in a psychiatric facility or a hospital. I'm not sure. I don't want to put words in, that are incorrect, but they were evaluating him. And now he is doing church services, and he's kind of been labeled as this nut job, right? But how many of you that have been raised in an environment with toxicity or have been around toxic people, if the average person looks at you, you look exactly the same. So what narcissism creates is division, and then in a family, talk about in a family unit, there could be one or more children, depending on the number of children, that are the scapegoat of the family, and they are the ones that see the reality of what they're going through for what it is, and they speak up about it, or they display behaviors that are in opposition to the majority of rule of the family in that type of structure. So they need to be banished because a dysfunctional family functions if they have a target. So the scapegoat is usually the target. The scapegoat is painted out to be crazy. The scapegoat is painted out to be the one that is going against everybody, and they just don't love the family, and they're selfish, and they don't care about anybody. And you kind of see the same type of evolution with him. In my mind, in my opinion, he's kind of, then there's articles that I read that they're claiming he's narcissistic or he's a narcissist. One thing that we have to understand is that humans display narcissistic qualities. We all do. But like I've said in my previous videos, it's about how it affects other people around you, not so much the person. Even if they were diagnosed, it's more about the people around them. So I think that from what I read, and granted, I don't know this person, so I'm not in their presence, but it seems like he's searching for an identity, and he's pretty open to sharing that he's searching for his identity. But because he doesn't fit with he's kind of going against the grain of Hollywood, of these types that are over there. He has to be deemed a pariah because he doesn't fit in. Because liberalism will scream tolerance, yet at the same time won't allow anybody, and that's today's liberalism, they won't allow anybody with a different opinion or somebody with a different trajectory in their life to be part of the herd. Because if you do not have the same thought process, or don't believe the exact same things as they do, then you are deemed that pariah, and you are exiled, and you are called crazy, and you are called a lunatic. If we look at a family structure that has, like I talked about before, that has a scapegoat, you'll see that scapegoat shying away from the rest of the family, and the story will be that, oh, they just don't want to be around us. But it's very important that, and I know I'm probably veering a little bit off topic, but it's very important to look at the people that stay away. When you get that inkling, when you get that notion that something isn't right, the person that stays away, they tend to be the person that is more awake, more woke, more understanding of what exactly is happening, and they've chosen to detach themselves. Now they may detach themselves for a little while just to regain composure and to sort of put back their identity to what it was supposed to be, and then they may go back and be able to deal with the family situation or the dynamic a little bit better. It would be to our benefit to look at the people that kind of stay away. So do I believe that Kanye is a narcissist? Do I believe that he is a toxic person? No, I don't. I believe that, and many of the people that are in that type of position have gone through many, many traumas, because to get to where you're at, to have that amount of affluence and influence, you're going to constantly have people that are attacking you. You're going to constantly have people that are going to want things from you. Now, if you add into that a family structure where there was some type of dysfunction, then you have created a perfect storm for somebody to be viewed as losing their minds. What if he's just gone through a realization? What if he's woken up to what he has been going through his whole life? And I'm pretty sure that he got famous when he was pretty young and his brain was not fully developed, and then you just have all these people adoring you and all these people, and then that sort of becomes your identity. But now he's like searching for a new identity, and because it is now Christ focused, people will view him as he has lost his marbles. Well, they said the same about John the Baptist. John the Baptist was in the wilderness crying out, "Make way the path of the Lord, make straight the path of the Lord." He was eating bugs, and he was just screaming that he's coming. So they painted him as an insane person. And I also would like to make a point that in today's day and age of narcissism, society of narcissistic qualities where those are in a sense adored, I would look at the people that are being called crazy, and I would look at the people that are being labeled with having narcissistic personality disorder, because I think everything has flip-flopped. Everything has flip-flopped. So what people say is good is actually evil, and what people say is evil is actually good.